Warning, this content is PG-13 at bare minimum. If you're under the age of 13, please cease watching now. Thank you. With that out of the way, hello everyone and welcome to the first real video series on my channel. This is episode 0 of my Egglocke Pokemon Shield run, which is actually the first Egglocke challenge I've ever attempted. This particular episode is scripted, but all one take, so apologies for mistakes, because I accidentally screwed up the audio on my original take, and I can't re-record over the old footage. Whoops. That's why you'll see the background footage being trading 6 preset Pokemon with the friend who will be providing me with eggs for my Nuzlocke run. That's also why the early footage is missing. I had recorded an episode where I voice acted the entire beginning of the game, but as I said, the audio is unusable. I may upload it as unlisted someday, but not likely. Episode 1 will start once I've hatched my starting Pokemon and progress the story starting from the very first moment which you can trade Pokemon at, aka the point I'm at right now and will be at the end of this episode 0. All future episodes will be completely unscripted and feature my live reactions as things happen. It's more fun that way to me personally. I welcome any and all feedback in the comments. If anything annoys you, or you have ideas on how to improve, let me know. And please, pour one out for any poor Pokemon I accidentally get murdered. So let's go into the rules for this particular run. Since it's an Egglocke, what Pokemon I catch doesn't really matter, overworld Pokemon or grass encounter. I'll just close my eyes and run around a patch of grass, and whatever I run into, that's what I'll catch. I will then trade it for an egg, and that'll be that. For the most part, I plan to get eggs from my friend Anthony, who I have a very interesting friendship with. Sometimes we meme at each other and troll, and other times we encourage each other. I genuinely have no idea whether he's going to pick Pokemon that make my life a living hell, or whether he'll give me strong Pokemon with cool abilities and egg moves. If this series ever picks up enough that it actually has viewers, or really even a viewer I'd be happy with, and you want to send me eggs, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to oblige. I am including a duplicate clause. I find it unlikely that I'll end up with duplicate Pokemon from eggs, but if I do, I can only use one of them. I can pick which I want to use, but the other must get traded for another egg. Duplicate clause does not apply to Pokemon traded away for eggs. As with all Nuzlockes, once a Pokemon faints, it's dead and can no longer be used. I will be sorting dead Pokemon into 3 boxes: Heaven, Hell, and Valhalla, depending on how well it performed before death, and based on how much I like the Pokemon in general. If I ever run into a shiny wild Pokemon, even if it's not the first per route, I'm allowed to catch it, but I cannot use it in battle, nor trade it for eggs. However, due to the rarity and specialness of shiny Pokemon, I will allow myself a single revive per shiny Pokemon that I find. I doubt this will ever happen, but I still want some way to celebrate if it does. Because this is my first Nuzlocke and I'm going in with the disadvantage of not knowing the region very well, I'm giving myself a small starting advantage. I'm going to start with a 6-egg Pokemon lone. As far as the egg Pokemon, that really is just an upfront loan. I won't be catching any Pokemon in the first 6 locations I could have caught Pokemon in. I'm counting the starter and Galar as locations, so my first Pokemon will be catchable on Route 5, which I will then trade for another egg. If at any point I fail to catch my first encounter in a zone, whether due to it fainting or due to running out of Pokeballs, that zone is done and off limits. Too bad, no extra egg for me. I did also technically keep my starter so as to hatch the 6 eggs, however I will be releasing it immediately after I hatch the first egg and have a viable Pokemon in my party. According to my research, most Egglocks work by leveling the Pokemon via rare candies to the level of the transferred Pokemon. However, I'm not on an emulator, and I can't easily obtain enough rare candies to do that early on. As such, I'm implementing a temporary personal exception to the death rule. All egg Pokemon are exempt from accidental death until they reach the level of the Pokemon I traded for them, barring these early 6. I'm ruling it up to 10 for one of them, and whatever else they're at that point, that's done. However, if I'm leveling... I am not allowed to abuse this by sacrificing Eggmon to save another Pokemon. If I do, that Eggmon is dead permanently. However, if I'm leveling them and they die to an accidental crit by a reasonable foe, then they're exempt from death. This is purely to compensate for my lack of rare candies early on. Once I reach the wild area and can regularly do raids for candies, this exception will be in play less. Once I hatch an egg, I have to use candies to the best of my ability, and only if I'm out of candies and they still need levels to reach the level of the traded Pokemon will the candyless death exception clause apply. And again, if I knowingly and intentionally sacrifice an egg Pokemon at any time, the exception is not in effect for that Pokemon. As far as Shield-specific rules, the wild zones each count as their own zone. Any Pokemon that are over-leveled, the 2 strong Pokemon, don't count as real encounters. If a Pokemon faints while I'm trying to run from them, that doesn't count as a death. Also, they don't count as a first encounter as far as battle. I'm going to try to limit my level to, at most, 5 levels over the gym leader. I can't 100% control this due to the group leveling system of Sword and Shield, where you can't turn off party-wide experience. However, I'm not allowed to intentionally grind any given Pokemon to more than 5 levels above a leader's ace. And if even 5 levels proves too easy, then I will lower that. This is experimental since I haven't done a Nuzlocke before. I think those are all the rules, so let me just summarize again since that was a lot to get through. I can only catch the first Pokemon per zone, but if I fail to catch it, that zone is dead to me. I must trade all caught Pokemon for eggs of which I don't know the contents. The hatched Eggmon must be rare candy to the transferred Pokemon level if possible, but if I can't, then they're immune to the accidental death until they reach that level. Shiny Pokemon can be caught at any time and count as a single revive each. Fainting in battle counts as permadeath, barring the previously mentioned exception, and those Pokemon must be immediately boxed and cannot be used again. The level cap is 5 levels above the gym leader's ace, though that's more flexible and somewhat experimental. With all those done and established, this episode 0 is finished. Once more, I welcome any and all feedback in the comments. Not only are comments good for the YouTube algorithm, but I'm still learning and I hope to improve as much as I can. Thank you, and see you next time in episode 1, where we can really get things started.